This is Jim Emter, Van Ahn Company, Alexandria, Minnesota, with your closing grain and livestock comments for July 7th, 2021. Corn market down 9 1/4, beans up 22 1/2. Chicago wheat down 3 3/4, Minneapolis up 14 3/4, Kansas City up 3/4 cents. So really a back and forth day. Market's got crop condition ratings down 1% corn, 1% soybeans, down 4% spring wheat. That allowed the markets to pop overnight in the morning session, but then things kind of fizzled out. Corn got as near to 20 cents as it can, and then battled its way back to finish only 9 1/4 lower. Beans, on the other hand, kind of chopped on the firmer side of expectations all day and finished reasonably well, up 22 1/2, but recovered to a large degree part of yesterday's losses. So really the dynamic markets are upon us. Spring wheat continues to have major concerns with the crop quality just not there, and we'll have to see where that unfolds. But realistically, we kind of frame this up as this. Markets are in a consolidated range. It's bigger than we typically see. Corn market support around that 490 to 510 area, resistance around that 6 to 630 area, and we kind of consider anything in between the consolidation zones. So be careful fading weakness in that range or buying strength in that range. Rather, you want to be looking to sell up against those higher ends and buying against the lower end until we break out. If we break out below that 490 or above that 620 area, you could really begin to take on greater identity then. We may spend some time here, folks. Bean market, you're looking at the 1250, 1280 area as that base support. You're looking at resistance around that 1430, 1440 area, and that's kind of home for right now, so consolidation in there as well. And until we break outside of the bottom end or top end of that range, we're consolidating. So feeder cattle market down 162 1/2, live cattle down $1.80, hog market down 195. Weaker tone there in the feeders and lives, but coming off of contract highs here for really this movement. So some pretty progressive markets there in cattle if they've worked their way in the deferred contracts, particularly into new highs and extended those, but now we're starting to run into some sell pressure. Hog market just kind of stuck in the rut, has retraced some of the losses that we've seen off those 120 type highs. So the 100 held support, but we're just kind of in no man's land right now, consolidating. This has been Jim Emter, Van Ahn Company, Alexandria, Minnesota. Trading in futures and options involves risk of loss and is not suitable for all producers. Past performance is not indicative of future results. This is a solicitation. Have a great afternoon.